Bonjour, everyone, and welcome back after a return. Well, look, I thought I'd go French. Don't look at me like that. Welcome back for another episode of the Snap Count podcast. We have been away for a week, so we have a little bit of a bumper issue today. Today I am joined by Matthew Field to my left. How are you, sir?
Hello, Bob. I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Diligently writing some notes there, I see.
Always.
It's always a studious kind of guy.
Writing my memoirs.
Yes, his memoirs. We'll all look forward to that.
That won't be very long.
Next we have Nicholas Ian Mitchinson.
Got a middle name as well.
Well, thanks to his wife Ashley, who at the weekend informed me of what his middle name was.
Yeah,
so.
now I feel like I've officially been the wrong.
You're Nim now. You're the big Nim.
Thanks, BS.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
He's
good. Good to be back. Good to be back.
Good. And finally, Gary Jerram. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Oh, right.
Happy to be here.
It's a man of many, many words. So we're going to kick off the show with a couple of big congratulations. The first of which is to my sister, Jennifer now Pulsford, and her new husband Richard Pulsford, who they got married a couple of weekends back, and they are currently in Mexico. Very, very jealous of them.
Oh,
Go on, sister.
And also our bit odd. Also, our good friend William Ryder got married to Helen at the weekend. We were all there. It was a great wedding. We all enjoy it.
Yeah. I was very drunk.
Yeah, you were drunk at the meal. So yeah, you surpassed yourself. I think it was only Jones who beat you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Probably a fair assumption.
It's quite a lot of alcohol consumed. But congratulations to everybody. I think they're away as well, aren't they?
Had a fantastic
Yeah,
time.
Wales, I think.
They're in Wales. I think they're in Wales now. And then
3
they have
holidays.
Multiple honeymoons.
three
Yeah, it was in
honeymoons.
Mauritius and then New York.
Links to this wedding. I mean,
Bill.
all right for some.
Yeah, all right for some. We're
To
all
be fair, I
just.
had 2.
I had one.
I had one as well.
I've had one already.
Yeah.
Oh, see, one
We're all
already.
modest.
Does that mean you've got another one?
I might have one later the year. I don't know where I'm going yet.
No, for your honeymoon.
Oh, honeymoon?
Yeah.
What are we talking? No, I've only had one honeymoon. Well, no, I went to lots of countries, so that.
Talk about NFL.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That concludes the marriage portion of the show. So we're going to start with some news, and there's quite a lot of, as I said before, of us to get through. So we're going to start with we're going to start with something that sort of Gary brought light to all of us. Well, almost did, which is the Thursday night football thing. You were saying, you said earlier.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So fill us in. What's going on?
Yeah, well, in fact, it's announced today, so it's quite new.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. That they've done a deal with Twitter for Thursday night football to be streamed worldwide.
It's live, isn't it? It's live streaming as well.
$10 million
$10 million apparently.
Wow.
Is what
That's
they
not
paid.
actually that much, is it really?
They basically
No, to be fair.
our good friend,
no.
commissioner friend.
Oh, Mr. Goodell.
I don't like to name.
Rog.
Big Rog.
It's like naming Voldemort, really.
Big Rog. Yeah.
He, well, I don't know if it was him. I think it was him basically saying that they are aware that basically TV is like that now. Everyone streams things and watches things online, so they went with Twitter.
Yeah, it wasn't, but there were quite a few companies, I think,
Yeah.
in the running for it, in the bidding for it.
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook as well. So it's 10 games, isn't it, that they've got
Yeah,
the
Thursdays,
kind of
that's right.
rights for, and I believe it's not just the live streaming. It's any preamble as well that they have, so any build up and highlights.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
It's good for
So
you.
how's this going to work? Is this a subscription thing or is it
No.
just
No.
free?
Just free.
It's just a shame it's Thursday nights when we all work on Fridays.
Yeah, so it doesn't really help. Yeah, it doesn't help.
Doesn't
but-
help us UK.
But highlights will be good.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get to see a lot of highlights, and it can only be a good thing that there is more free NFL viewing
And
out there.
on the back of that,
Oh, go on then.
the commissioner himself
The big commish, yeah.
has rejoined Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. I saw this.
And I
He'd
wondered
been
if this is
quiet
part
for
of
a
the
while.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger.
He's
Yeah.
now back on. If anyone wants to visit him, it's at NFL Commish.
Oh, he's
Maybe hurl him some abuse.
mixing it up. Hey, look, if you're listening, Rog, give us a follow. We'll follow you back. Not until you follow us first, though. Of course.
Although Dave probably has already followed
Oh,
it by now.
Dave
Yeah.
probably has already followed him. Well, speaking of Rog, he's also been in the press talking about the playoffs, which they've talked about expanding in the past, and he has kind of put it down. But I think that the basis of it is including 2 more wildcard teams. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So,
This gives the Giants more of a chance.
well, the thing is, I read into the background of this today, and what they were saying about, or what Roger Goodell was saying about why they didn't do it before, is because he doesn't want to have the potential of kind of diluting the importance of the actual season.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a good point. Is if there's more wildcard places, then teams, might be confirmed that they're definitely in the wildcard, and they might just stop playing, or whatever it is. It keeps it more exciting for longer.
He wants the regular season games to be meaningful every week.
Exactly. Yeah. And as a fan, I agree with him. I would
the way it
rather-
works. To be fair, he did say the way it works now, it works really well. But obviously, at some point in the future, he's sort of admitted it will happen, purely because the owners are very greedy and they want more money, because more games means more money.
Well,
Yes, yeah. So we could be looking at that being an addition, which it might work. They have said that they're going to work it out.
I would like to think that they'd do it if they ever expand the whole league.
Well, apparently, all other American sports that have the playoff system, they have more teams than the NFL does anyway.
They do, yeah.
So it obviously works for them. Why wouldn't it work for the NFL? But we'll see. We'll see. So moving on, we have quite a few naughty boys have been talked about.
This is almost my favourite part of
This, yeah, you
This
do
is
like
Grimes
this bit of
Gary.
news.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Brandon Marshall just because his was the furthest back in time, I believe. 4 years ago, he I can't remember who it was he hit, but he hit somebody, didn't he? And only
mother?
now is he going to court with it. Well, I can't remember who it was he hit.
Is he going to get suspended?
I don't know.
Was it something to do with college, or he would have been? He's older than that.
No, he's older than that.
Our
He
good
would-
friend
he would
Will
have
Russell will
This
be
is where-
crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will be crying. Well, it could have implications for the Jets, and you've got to think that he was very, very good.
Maybe
for
that's
them,
why
so.
Fitzpatrick hasn't signed yet.
That's why, because his friend Brandon Marshall is going through
Yeah.
the
That's
ringer.
what it is.
So there's not a bucket load of information on that at the minute because it happened a long time ago, but we're only just getting into things. So we will bring you more news as and when we get it on that one. The next guy is Derek Wolfe, who there is quite a bit of current news because it's happening right at the moment. There is a video going around on Bleacher, I think it was. Was it Bleacher? The one
Yeah.
that Dave said, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which Dave sent us earlier, of him taking a big old swing and a miss in a club. Apparently, some idiots went and started a fight with him and his friends, and started mouthing off, and so Derek decided to try and punch him. Didn't actually hit them, so whether or not that actually comes to anything, probably not. If Brandon Marshall did hit somebody, not Brandon Marshall,
Derek Wolfe.
Derek Wolfe. Yeah, Derek Wolfe, sorry. If he didn't hit somebody, was what I was going to say. I'm getting all confused. If he didn't hit somebody, then...
I think you just had a moment there.
I did have a moment. There's been players who've been let off for a lot worse,
Yes.
of whom we'll get onto.
Yeah.
Gary, I know you're itching to talk about this, so go for it.
What, are we talking about
LaShawn McCoy,
any chance? Yeah. Well, the police have decided not to charge. Oh dear. Sorry. I was getting some noise from my computer just now. But yeah, no, the police have decided not to prosecute and charge.
What was it he did?
He assaulted someone in a
police
nightclub,
officer.
or two people, wasn't it?
What are
Yeah.
they? Just
Was it
don't
an officer and
don't rise to
something
it.
to do with police officers.
I'll just say, what is it with NFL players and nightclubs? Just stay out of them.
Yeah. Oh God, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
He's been out as
Yeah,
well,
I've got
hasn't he?
that as well.
Yeah.
I've got
Oh, idiot.
Technically not an NFL player.
No,
anymore.
actually, yeah, that's a good point. But he's not
Um,
he's not doing a lot for his cause, really, is he?
The only thing I was going to say with McCoy though is that actually, to be fair, the NFL haven't announced anything, and I think they are still deciding whether they're
Okay.
going to do anything.
Okay.
Because just because the police haven't,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's where I don't really see.
but I don't know if
I
they'll
don't understand
really
that. How
have a
can the
leg to
NFL
stand on. Yeah.
do anything about something that even the law and it's not going to do
Because it
anything
might
about?
not be necessarily deemed illegal, but it is maybe deemed bad conduct, by the NFL of their players. Because there are lots of things that they punish players for that they don't get arrested for. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, really, but that's the only angle I can see it from.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a good defence. Whether or not he's guilty of doing anything, I don't know. But he can just say, well, the law said I didn't do anything wrong, so how can you say I did something wrong?
Yeah, it's true.
So really, they need to learn the lesson that either don't go to nightclubs, or if you're going to go to nightclubs, people are idiots, and they're going to say to. Ooh, I swore. Oh my God!
Bleep
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 out. You know, they're going to say stuff to you, and they're going to try and rile you. Just don't hit them, because that's just going to end in
Wise
problems,
words.
Wise words.
Well, we got going back to the Brandon Marshall, especially. Don't.
Oh yes, yeah.
Don't hit a woman.
Oh, it was a
In
woman.
his, outside of
dear.
Manhattan nightclub, he actually hit a woman March 11th, 2012. So he's
Sounds
got his.
familiar, this, doesn't it?
This is going to tie in brilliantly
Yeah.
to another person I want to talk about.
Go on then. Seeing as you've
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Greg
Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
I mean, he has come out. Just come on, just man up a bit and just admit what you've done. But like, he's come out and said that I've never put my hands on a woman. I think were his words. And I mean, the best part about it is definitely Steve Smith's response on Twitter. That if nobody's seen, then he basically said a comment along the lines of, "Oh right, so what did she trip and fall and it, like hit her face on a carpet or something like that?" Is something along those lines. Because I mean, the pictures don't look great.
No, well,
So yeah.
Steve Smith's never one to sort of hold back on what he believes.
he doesn't
I like
mince
that.
his words.
I like that.
No. He doesn't mince his words, which is a good thing. When we all know that Greg Hardy is a bit of a naughty boy, a bit of a somebody's fan. Is that your fan?
Yeah, that was me trying to say
Yeah.
ignore it and move
Ignore-
on.
ignore the
Nick's
fan.
laptop is just about to take off.
Either that or explode.
Oh, we've just got such good equipment here. It's unbelievable.
We do a budget on this.
We do.
It's fine.
Yeah, we do need a better budget. So those are all.
We accept donations.
So four naughty boys.
Four naughty boys.
And a lot of them, big name players. So we're going to move on to.
Can
Oh
I
no, we're
mention
not
one
going to move
more?
on. Oh, is there another naughty
Well,
boy?
no, we said about Manziel, but did you see as well that his hearing thing for his domestic violence has been sort of delayed? I
Oh,
think
really?
is the word.
Explain.
Yeah,
What was the reason?
they haven't given one, which
Oh.
is really weird. But basically, I was reading.
because he's in
the
Vegas.
Jury,
getting
Maybe it's
pissed.
because he's
Yeah,
still doing
probably.
other things.
Yeah.
He didn't turn up because he was too busy getting drunk in Vegas.
Oh.
The jury didn't hear the case or something, so.
Well, they were deaf.
Was this the one where he was in the car and he
This
dragged
is the
her or
thing with
something
his
like that? Was that the
girlfriend,
one?
and he supposedly basically kidnapped her and assaulted her.
Oh dear
That's
God.
what she's alleging.
I
NFL
think it
players
could
are
have been
good
a
role
sex
models,
game.
aren't they?
NFL, yeah. Don't follow your dreams, kids. Follow the NFL.
Stay in
so,
school.
So watch this
Mm.
because I think that's I don't think that's the only reason why teams aren't signing him, but obviously teams are wary while that's going on because
Well, and he's rubbish.
yeah, but that's why I
Which-
said it wasn't
which-
the only
yeah.
reason.
It's not the only reason. It's not the only reason. So, well, anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
This is going to be kind of a big subject. Is Colin Kaepernick? So we'll
Kaepernick.
just run through a little bit of what's been happening. So obviously, Colin Kaepernick is currently a player for the San Francisco 49ers. He was awful last year and the year before. He was
Ever.
replaced by Blaine Gabbert. New head coach comes in, Chip Kelly, bigging up Kaepernick a little bit, saying, "Oh, he's going to be the missing piece." Kaepernick doesn't want to be a 49er anymore, so he's been having talks with Denver and the Broncos team. As far as we knew, sort of it was over the weekend that things were pretty much happening. He was going to Denver. Then it turns out that he doesn't want to take a pay cut. Denver don't want to pay him what he wants to be paid, and San Francisco don't want to pay some of his salary for him to go. So he's still a 49er. Good thing for the team, Nick? Good thing for him?
At the moment, they've not really got any other options, have they?
No.
Blaine Gabbert or Kaepernick. Well, who would you choose? It's who's the best of a bad bunch, really,
Well,
isn't it?
Draft. That's the only. That's the
Where-
other
where are
option
they
that they've
picking?
got.
They're-
Fourth. Is it
Who?
fourth or second?
Seventh.
49ers. Seventh.
Yeah.
Seventh.
Yeah.
Browns are second, aren't they?
Oh, Cowboys are fourth.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Seventh.
Seventh.
But they still could potentially get one. in the
Yes,
draft.
but there's been lots of rumours. The rumours are starting to build up now
They
of
are trade
people
talks.
trading
Yeah.
up in the
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
In fact, there are rumours that the Titans have spoke to the 49ers about
Ah,
a potential
okay.
trade.
Which I could
They've had a
see making
conversation.
sense.
Yeah, which could make sense. But so they're going to be looking for. I think either which way, Kaepernick does not want to be a 49er. So, he doesn't work in your organisation. So,
Well, this is the stupid thing. Apparently, he wouldn't take a pay cut though
No.
to join the Broncos. Like, what are you doing?
because he believes he's worth more.
Because he could be
I don't think
Let's
it's
face
the,
it, a team have just won the Super Bowl are willing to take a chance on you. What are you doing?
Currently now, he's in a situation where he's got 2 or 3 years of a contract that's guaranteed money. And if he takes a pay cut, it will be renegotiating the contract, and then he won't ever see that money unless he actually plays well, which he's clearly not very confident of himself.
No. He's not got a favourite.
But they are lacking on options. They've got Mark Sanchez or no one really at the minute. So Kaepernick. I mean, they won the Super Bowl with
It does also
Manning.
come down to the Broncos. The Broncos can't really afford him. They'd have to cut someone else, and there's been lots of rumours about them cutting their left tackle, Ryan Clady, to possibly free up some space.
Well, that's in essence why they basically asked the 49ers to fork out some of the cash. It was $5 million, I believe, of his 11.5 or 12.5, whatever it is. And the 49ers, I think, to be fair, quite rightfully said no.
If I was the 49ers, they're in the strong position here.
Yeah, they are.
The Broncos are the one who they need a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to think that Elway's going to come back with something, isn't he? You've got to think.
Maybe the thing that was not mentioned was what sort of draft picks they were talking about.
Yeah, they didn't release that.
For a while ago, the 49ers were saying second round pick all the time, and I'm guessing this was probably less than a second round pick.
You would have thought so.
It's way too high.
But then, so Kaepernick is still at the 49ers. In essence, he's still in limbo. Bless him. But
so the trade that never was.
The trade that never was,
but still could be.
But still could be. So, speaking of movements of players, there have been free agency. We're in our 4th week now, and it's been 4 weeks since free agency started, I should say. There's not, the movements have been few and far between. There have been some moves. Ware and West, so Spencer Ware and Charkandrick West have been re-signed by the Chiefs. Sensible.
To exactly the same contracts.
Yes.
No favouritism.
No, exactly. Which, to be fair, both of them did very, very well last year. They're different backs, but both of them did very well. Cincinnati have been quite busy. They've got themselves Carlos Dansby at linebacker and Brandon LaFell at wide receiver. Good signings?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they lost. Who was it that left?
The 2 of their wide receivers.
Yeah.
Sanu and
Marvin Jones
yeah.
as well,
So,
obviously gone.
They were short.
So they were a bit short. They had AJ Green, so they needed that back up. Yeah, I think they're not going to stop there, I don't think, with the wide receivers either.
No. Look for them to draft wide receiver.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they've got rid of 2. Well, Jones was very good. Sanu not so much. But they got rid of 2 wide receivers, so they'll be looking to fill that. And LaFell's not a bad effect. He kind of could be a stopgap for them, but he was good enough.
Yeah, he was injured last year a bit at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and he was the year before as well.
So, just needs to get healthy.
He does. And as we've discussed Dansby before, he's old, but I personally think he's got a lot to add. And they have a mean defence. So
yeah, another part of the Browns' exodus.
Yeah, we might get to that a little bit later.
I think so.
And the biggest news of all is Green Bay have signed a free agent. Oh, come on. Round of applause, Green Bay. Round of applause.
Only Dave was here to celebrate it.
Beautiful moment.
I think Dave's still in shock.
Beautiful moment. Yeah. It was Jared Cook. No, so not glamorous.
Wow, God.
Well done.
How exciting.
Super Bowl winning.
It's been a long time. We've waited a long time for this. And well done. Yeah, Jared Cook. Solid.
He's been very hyped up, and he's sort of disappointed wherever he's been.
Yeah, I think for me, a bit odd because I quite liked Richard Rodgers last year. I thought him and Aaron Rodgers worked quite well together. But there he's gone now. Well, no, he hasn't gone. Sorry, but I mean, it's Jared Cook.
Cook might be the backup.
He could be. He could be. And my final bit of news is Big Ben. He's been on the treadmill. He's been cracking out the plyometrics and. All of that. He's lost over a stone.
Wow. He's now only 22 stone.
He's no longer Big Ben. He's just Ben.
He's just medium-sized Ben. Medium Ben.
Medium to large Ben.
It's not that big a news story, but I thought I'd mention it just because I do like Big Ben, and he's a big lad, but he can throw, so who cares? And he can move.
He's a good player. He's a tough player.
He's an amazing player. Right, any more news that anyone had?
Well, there's more signings.
More
for
signings.
a couple of the teams.
Oh,
yeah.
Go on, Matthew.
I don't know.
Oh, yes, no, sorry.
Where you want to go?
I did forget one.
Should I start with the naughty
go for
boy
it.
first?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Or the currently suspended Alden Smith.
Alden Smith
has signed with the Raiders.
How many games is he suspended for?
He's suspended. Oh goodness, I don't
got
know.
it
It's
here.
until
Oh.
mid-November.
Yeah, until
Back-
the end of November, but he might not be reinstated until 2017.
Yeah, this is the whole NFL thing. So even though his suspension's finished, he may not get reinstated straight away.
How long's the deal for? Is it just 1 year?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
And so it's 11 million, which can rise to 19.5 million.
Oh.
But obviously, a lot of that is going to go this season. If he doesn't play,
Mhm.
then that's basically cut in half.
Mhm.
And it can. He's only going to get anywhere near the 19.5 million. It's all sort of performance-related sacks, and if he goes to the Pro Bowl as well, which probably may happen because everyone seems to pull out of the Pro Bowl these days.
Yeah, that's true. He's a good player.
Yeah, fantastic player.
He's just another one of the idiots.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
likes to do
he's
naughty
turning
things.
his life around.
Is he?
Is that what his PA
He
has
is.
said?
He's had no issues now. 2 years.
Do him and Greg Hardy have the same?
There's a
public
reason
relations?
why the Raiders have
What
not
did he get
signed Greg
suspended
Hardy.
for again?
Yet.
It was his third time of a DUI offence,
Oh, right.
and
That's right.
there was some other things involved as
Just
well.
the
Where
three
I
Or
times.
think-
just another stay out of the
Yeah, just
nightclubs,
the third
NFL
time.
players.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I've forgotten about him. Who was the other one?
well, I've got so many. Well, actually, I've got one more.
Okay.
Raiders related.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot
Raiders
off the
related.
press.
There's
Hot off
another
Signed
Raiders one.
Reggie Nelson.
Oh,
Reggie
nice.
Nelson, safety from the Bengals
Oh, where did that happen?
today.
Oh,
Yeah, it
today.
was
That
today.
might be.
Well,
why I didn't
I
see it.
don't even know if it's quite official yet, but it's going to happen.
That's
Mark my words.
what the Raiders are just.
Yes, the Raiders. He had a quietly good season last year,
He did. He did.
but
He's a
he
good
is
player.
quite old. So maybe they're thinking of the Charles Woodson.
Yeah, I don't think
replacement.
it's official yet, but
Still cracking signing. Good work, Raiders.
Good work.
I
I'm
even
pleased.
actually, I've got to say, I even like the re-signing of Alden Smith because it's not a lot of money.
Well, you had Alden Smith to Mac, Bruce
Exactly.
Irvin,
He's a good player. He's a
Mario
very good player.
Edwards. Yeah,
That's
Mark
That's-
Sanchez is going to die.
Mark.
It's probably the reason why Kaepernick hasn't
Yeah.
signed.
Yeah, because he knows he's going to die
Yeah.
at the hands of the mean Raiders. So I think that ends news. Oh no!
I've got
Oh,
one.
hand up! Oh,
This
Nick.
is more important for
Nim.
our English followers. Not that we
Oh,
have
yes,
many
yeah,
outside
yeah.
of England. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk
Or
recently about the. We got
We've
one in Brazil, didn't we?
No, we've got a couple in Brazil. We've got one in Kazakhstan.
Oh,
We've
nice.
never
And
had a
one in
listener
Saudi
from
Arabia.
Africa yet. I'm looking to.
We haven't. No, we
Is
need to
NFL
branch
big in
out.
Kazakhstan? Is that the next franchise?
well, hello
Yes,
Kazakhstan listeners.
Probably. Hello, Kazakhstan.
Yes, we
Whoever
love
you
you.
are, we do love you.
Yeah, sorry. This is more the London-based franchise for the NFL. Mike Brown, the owners of the Bengals, seems to think this is going to happen a lot sooner than later. Obviously, the NFL's been quite a prominent feature in London recently, and I know over the next few years it's going to even grow. Wembley's got another 2 games a year until 2020. Twickenham's got 1 game a year, till 2016. And then obviously the new White Hart Lane, mine and Gary's beloved Spurs. The new stadium's going to have at least 2 games a year. I think that's for 10 years, isn't it? From 2018.
I don't know how long it was for,
So,
to be honest. but
Be
yeah.
interesting to see if that's going to replace. Like, well, it's going to go
As far as
side
I'm-
by side for at least 2 years. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
as far as I'm aware, the international series is going to stay at Wembley, and there'll be the additional 2 at White Hart Lane, because obviously Twickenham finishes in 2016. I know that White Hart Lane, they had a lot of delays on the development of the new stadium because they put in a tender for a basement level within the grounds
Ooh.
to have a secondary pitch.
Ooh, that's
so
fancy, isn't
The
it?
way we're looking is this is a bit more long
We are
term than
fancy.
kind of.
Tottenham are fancy.
I think the last time I saw this was in Japan World Cup or something. They had it, and it was quite fancy, but that went outside. But this is like underneath basement level of development buildings as well.
So you're speculating that the pitch is an NFL pitch that's going.
I don't think I'm speculating. I think that's kind of a given. They're
That's
not
going
gonna-
to pop
I
up.
think
and then,
it's going to slide out and then and
Ooh.
reveal another one underneath it. But
Very
I think this
fancy.
is kind
big
of
reveal.
moving towards the fact that the
Where's
the
it
NFL
go? Is it just like under?
It's magic.
It's just magic.
Yeah.
It just rolls up
Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
like a blind.
Yeah, the NFL commissioner is actually Voldemort, so he makes it disappear.
They just get Harry Kane out and he just pulls it in.
Yeah.
There's a blind. And then
Well,
yeah.
he's very good at that.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, the future in London, I think NFL is going to be growing. It's not going to stop at Wembley, is it?
No, I think it is looking like.
Well,
yeah,
on
we're
the
gonna
back
get
of that, I
franchise.
don't know if you guys mentioned it last time, but they have said the international series is expanding.
We didn't mention
Yeah.
it, no, but yes, it is.
I think we
expanding.
did
It's
actually
Mexico,
mention
isn't
it
it?
because
We
Yeah,
might
I
have
think
mentioned it
so.
briefly.
I think
Yeah.
I made a sort of a prediction where I said I think eventually there'll be a game every week
Abroad,
abroad.
yeah, in different
That was
countries.
Well, is it Mexico next year?
Mexico next
Yeah.
year,
And possibly
Germany the year
Literally,
after.
I'm
China
thinking
a year after.
within
Kazakhstan after
5
that as
years
well.
we'll have
Well,
you'll have an
Actually,
international game.
the game in Mexico, the Raiders Texans could be Alden Smith's first game. There you go. That's how we tie that all in and get back to where we started.
Yeah, that's a almost prediction. It could be.
And we got Kazakhstan in 2020.
And we got Kazakhstan in 2020. We'll be there meeting our one follower in Kazakhstan.
2, isn't it?
No, just one. Kazakhstan. Just one. The other one's Saudi Arabia.
Good guy.
We'll go and see him as well. Or her. Could be a her.
But I think Gary had some news.
Giant signing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Johnson,
Okay.
a fullback from the Steelers.
Okay.
And I've got a good stat here.
Okay, give us your stat. We do need to move on.
In
but give us your
2015, he played quite a lot of games, to be fair. I think at least like 16 games. 4 carries for 7 yards.
Oh,
Wow.
Big scorer.
Big signing.
Fantasy pickup of the
that's-
year.
That's the best signing that anyone's.
Look
On
out.
that note, we're moving on. So we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing sort of a winners and losers thing today, a little bit like we did at the start of free agency, but we're going to be focusing on everything that's happened over the last 4 weeks. So we're just going to go around the table like we did before, and we're going to pick either a winner or a loser. You can say when you start it off, and then just we'll have a little chat around the subject. So we will start with Matthew. It's always good to start clockwise on the left.
Good.
What are you going to go for? Winner, loser?
I'm going to go for a loser.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for a massive loser.
Okay.
And it's a team that I may have made predictions about a little while ago.
Okay.
But after I'm not sure. I don't know what they've been doing. I know they're going for this whole Moneyball sort of tactic.
This is a certain colour.
And it's the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
And
yeah. They're on my losers list as well.
yeah, I don't know what they're doing really.
They're probably on everyone's every year.
I can understand they've got a completely new look to the whole structure of the organisation. They're trying to change everything, but it seems like they're trying to change all of their good players as well.
Well, I've got a list of some of the players that they've let go. Alex Mack, obviously he chose to go. Carlos Dansby, Schwartz, Travis Benjamin, Tashawn Gibson has gone. They're just
Whitner's gone as well.
Whitten's gone. They're just getting shot of everybody. And who have they picked up? Who was their big signing?
RG3.
Oh, G3, beautiful.
Look, I don't really know where to start, to be honest. They could fill a few holes with the draft, but they've got so many holes, it's going to take them 3 or 4 years. They're sort of where the Raiders were about 4 years ago.
You've got to think of this. This is an extreme building for the future.
Yes, it's a real long-term plan. If they win any more than 4 to 5 games this season, they will have done well.
They're not going to do that, are they?
No, I'm actually, even though I said that they were an outside favourite to even possibly make the playoffs at one point,
I really
could
don't
see.
know where that was
I
coming
think
from.
it was just really Josh Gordon coming back.
Yeah.
I could see him doing well. He may still do that. He's not back yet.
No.
But I can see them being favourites for the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2017 draft.
Probably 2018 as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Which you've got to think.
Fair assumption.
The fact that pretty much no player wants to play for them either, other than Robert Griffin.
Can you imagine what it's like for the rookies when they're sitting there in the first round and one of those quarterbacks is thinking, I'm going to Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm sure Cleveland's a lovely place.
I mean, Cleveland doesn't win anything.
But the thing that you're going to get playing time at Cleveland.
That's good.
That's
if you're
good.
a quarterback behind an O-line that's been decimated, you're going to
true.
die.
Yeah, you're going to die.
You may as well send out RG3.
Yeah, you may as well retire because your career is going to be ended.
That's a good point.
You may as well get to the rookie mini camp and just say, right, please put me on IR. I've got a bad injury. Just fake it.
So I mean, we can kind of incorporate a little bit of a game into this because we're sort of mainly going to be doing teams, but we can say how we think that we're going to do next year. And obviously, we started with you saying the Browns are probably going to be the first overall pick in the draft. I would agree with that because they're shocking. Nim. What?
Nim.
Calm
You can
down,
thank
PS.
your wife. You can thank your wife.
Yeah, I'll
No,
thank her
chucking the
later.
BS back at me there.
Too much
Go on, give us a winner or loser.
Oh, I'm going to go loser again. I'm going to go 49ers.
Yeah, I've got them as well.
You're talking about who's going to be first in the draft pick next year. I think they're going to be second in the draft pick. They've got a bit of a quarterback issue with the fact that Kaepernick,
Nearly did it.
Kaepernick is not settled in yet. They've got Gabbert as a backup. They have no real standout running back. They have no wide receivers.
Well, Carlos Hyde,
okay, yeah, but he was quite injured last year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
quite a lot. And
they have nothing else.
tight end, they have no one, from what I can understand. I mean, they
no.
obviously have someone, but no one who really is
I can't
standout.
remember the guy's name. He did all right with Blaine Gabbert, if I remember rightly, but I can't remember his name. But
Yeah,
anyway, carry on.
it's they've to top it all off. They've got Chip Kelly as a manager,
Woo!
so as a head coach, so they're not really heading in the right direction. I can't see that turning around in the draft either. Free agency, from what I understand, they've not done a great deal. That's no headlines
They do have
anyway.
a lot of money.
They have a lot of money, but no
Don't
one
know what
really
they're gonna
wants
spend
to
it
go
on.
there.
Yeah.
Spend
that's
a lot of
nothing.
money.
Well, not on Kaepernick's contract anyway.
It's kind of a big fall. I mean, again, we talked about this before. The 49ers, particularly when we were younger and just throughout the NFL, really have been one of the teams.
Yep.
And not in the last few
Well,
years.
they go through these sort of periods where they're really good or they're really bad.
Yeah.
And right now, they're really bad.
They are really bad. Yeah. So they're going to be second in the draft next year.
Yeah, heard it here first.
So we've got a first and a second. Gary, winner or loser?
Well, I feel like I should go with the theme.
You
We've all
can
been
do
saying
whatever
losers.
you like.
Mine might be slightly more controversial because there
Oh.
is a reason why they've done some good, and it's very surprising when they won the Super Bowl last year.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
going to say the
Well,
Broncos.
Yeah, I actually had them
Because-
as a loser, yeah.
Other than Von Miller, yeah, okay, great, you franchised him because, let's face it, he was amazing for him last year. But obviously they've franchised him for a lot of money. They really haven't done a lot else other than get rid of people. And they've re-signed CJ Anderson. So
Your
They-
favourite player?
that
They
is all-
fought for CJ Anderson
yeah,
as well.
that's already an issue.
We could be seeing more CJ Anderson because they've still not
They've
signed
got rid of-
Hillman.
Hillman's still free.
Yeah,
They've
Hillman is
lost.
still available, isn't
Obviously, they've lost
Oh,
Malik
God.
Jackson and
Mhm.
Trevathan. So
Mhm.
defense has gone down. They lost Brock,
he? Mhm.
and obviously Payton has gone. So they don't have a quarterback other than Sanchez. Which, yeah, let's face it, it's I wouldn't want to be going into a season with Sanchez as a quarterback. So I just think, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I just
I
don't know
agree.
if they can
Yeah,
rely
I
on
agree.
the defence as much because it won't be quite as strong because
No.
of the others that they've lost as well.
Yeah, slightly weak. I had them for exactly the same reasons that you said. They just seem to let a lot
just
of people
thought
go.
of Mathis as well. Went to the Cardinals.
Yeah, he did.
And
Yeah.
I lost him as guard.
So, well, predictions for next year then? A big fall from grace, you think?
They still got with the fact that they've still got Miller and stuff, and I've got other defenders. They signed that guy. Who was the guy they signed from the Seahawks as well?
O-line, Okong.
Okong, yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe they would still make playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they'll get far. Although their division is it's quite strong,
It is quite strong.
considering
Yeah,
there
considering
might be
who-
somebody in my
yeah,
winners.
yeah.
NFL.com did say that the AFC West, or they ranked all the divisions. AFC West come third,
Oh,
which
nice.
I actually thought I could be a bit higher.
Yeah, it's tough because
Yeah.
actually no, I'm going to go for it. Then they're not going to make it because
Yes, be bold.
the
Come
Chiefs, I feel, are still quite strong
Yeah.
and have made some good moves.
They have.
And the Raiders
on. The Raiders.
Are-
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yes. annoyingly
Chargers,
dangerous.
sorry, no.
No. Well, I'm going to be different. I'm going to do a winner,
Ruined it.
and my winner is actually the Giants.
Yes. Yes. No, carry on.
That's
Let's
never
talk
been
about
said
it.
before in the history of this podcast.
Now-
Oh my God.
My reasoning for this.
And I, funnily enough, agree. Even as a fan of the
Even-
Giants.
oh, 'cause it's funny that. It's
Shock
funny
and
that.
horror.
My reasoning is now, aside from the money that they spent,
Yeah.
which was
That's-
ridiculous, but they did what they needed to do. They boosted their defense, which
Exactly.
was shocking. Vernon and Harrison are gonna, add, buckets of talent to that D line. JPP has been re-signed. He's gonna get his stupid glove off, so hopefully he'll be able to tackle people, not just get in the way. Janoris Jenkins, yeah, he's not amazing, but he's better than anything that they had before.
Better than the Prince.
Better than the Prince. So, whilst they spent a lot, I quite like that because they had the money and they just thought, you know what, we need to attract some new players. We need to do something in free agency for our defense because they're not going to get all the pieces they need in the draft. So they went nuts and they just signed like crazy, which I like. I like that a lot. So Giants, good job for me, and I think
Thank you.
whether or not
I don't
they-
like
People will
that.
disagree because of the money, but
I think if the defense works, if they can hold out on the offense, if their running backs start doing something a bit more, I think maybe we could see them in the playoffs. I don't think they'll go far.
I think they've gone very short term. I think they need
They
to win
have.
now,
They do.
like it was in this year or next year.
yeah.
They do, but I mean Vernon's young.
Yeah, but the problem is
Jenkins.
they're
is
not
young.
going to have the money to re-sign other players without cutting players.
Just get rid of Eli.
Well, I was going to say that surely he's getting on.
Gonna
He's
last
not young.
forever.
Is he?
He's not young. He's
Going
mid-30s.
to need a
though, isn't he?
replacement.
Exactly.
But I don't think they'll be looking for a replacement for a little while.
No, but well, it's
Because
whether
they're
or
in
not they
win
get.
now mode. Win now.
Yeah, it's whether or not they get kind of a smaller one in the draft. Smaller one? I don't mean
smaller-
smaller one. I mean a lesser one. I used the wrong
A
term.
small person quarterback.
Right, I'm tired. I've been moving fridges all day. Anyway, winner or loser?
Winner.
Winner! Go on then.
Winner. I may as well do it.
Oh, go on then. Somebody was going to do it.
This is a shock who it's going to be.
You're not going to do your own team, are you?
Raiders.
Oh, come on! I was going to do the Raiders.
Yes.
I think we
So-
all agree, though.
Yeah.
Raiders have won free agency this year.
They've had a
Of
stunning free
All
agency.
32 teams, they have come out on top.
I may have a close second.
You can have as
I
many
know you
close
have a close
seconds as you
second
want.
as well.
I think the Raiders have come out on top.
They
I
do
think
come
they've-
to my mind first out of everybody, to be honest.
I would.
They've
They've had
signed
they have had a
the-
Sterling.
A few
uh,
big name
off-season.
players, but they've signed them to quite safe deals,
Yes.
so that they can keep re-signing their own draft picks over the next 2 or 3 years, which they need to do. And they've just got a very good young team, I believe.
All of a sudden, the Raiders are relevant again.
All of a sudden, it was the long-term plan. The
It's worked.
GM, Reggie McKenzie, came and says, I need 5 years.
Yeah.
Here we are, year 5,
Look at
I
that.
think, or is it year 4? I can't remember. But he's
Browns, listen up. Pay
it's
attention.
basically, they were at the same point
Mm.
when McKenzie took over, and the Browns have continued to be bad. And the Raiders, well, looking at the signings that they've made this off-season, KO, that's what
KO, I love
call
that.
him,
I love
because I
that,
can't
KO.
say his full name.
No, KO is brilliant. Though.
He's expensive, but I think he will be KOing all sorts of D linemen.
I
all
love what
over,
you did there.
All
So-
over. You see what I did there? Yeah.
Solid comedy.
Yeah, they got Sean Smith. I love Sean Smith.
Sean Smith, I like. Sean
Forget
Smith
all this
a lot, actually.
Janoris Jenkins stuff. Sean Smith, better player, cheaper.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I agree. Bruce Irvin,
Bruce Irvin.
great linebacker.
Yeah, he was actually the best coverage linebacker in the whole of the NFL last year.
Good stuff.
Just
Wow.
Good
putting that out there.
stat
Good
as
stat.
well.
That is a good stat.
Good stat.
So
So, good all round.
And if you get
Reggie Nelson.
Reggie Nelson.
I think
Nelson,
he's
that
the
was
sort of
insane.
Woodson replacement.
Alden Smith,
Alden
like we
Smith.
said, even though he's
Alden Smith, in fact,
idiot
got the
is-
most sacks, more sacks than anyone else in the first 2 seasons in the NFL.
Look at that.
33.
Look at that. Everyone watch out Raiders. Prediction, as a Raiders fan?
Maybe a wild card place. Because I think it's a year too soon still.
Do you know, I agree, but I wouldn't be surprised if you won your division.
I think the Chiefs are strong.
yeah.
So do I. So do I.
was
But
gonna say.
I really, I've said, we've said it in pretty much every podcast. But I love the Raiders. I think that they look
So do I.
very, very strong for the coming years. So good stuff, Nick. who you go for?
This was my close second, but having a look again, I don't know. Jaguars.
I like the Jags.
I
as
think
well.
they've had a very
yeah.
good off-season. Obviously, they got
They're not my second.
they got Chris Ivory in, they got Malik Jackson in, Brad Norman. They're strong, which is a worry for my division as a Colts fan. I think we're going to struggle this year. I can understand why we're not spending money with Luck's contract up for renewal at the end of this season. I think.
That's one of the reasons why you need to save some money.
Yeah, that's going to be a big contract. I think he'd be the highest paid quarterback in the history of the NFL. I think with that contract.
Highest paid player.
Yeah,
It's
that's
coming.
it. Yes. Yeah. No. Well, the whole division's kind of improved, but I think the Jags, building on what they had last year, they had the two Allens are ridiculous at wide receiver. I think they're one of the highest scoring pairings.
Yeah, I think they
in
were
the
the highest
NFL.
scoring. No. I think Marshall and Decker were just.
I don't
beat
know,
them.
one of the highest.
Yeah.
They've got Blake Bortles as a decent QB, and their backup running back is who'd you have him last year? Gareth
Yeldon.
Yeldon, that's it. TJ Yeldon as well with Chris Ivory. It's going to be committee. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't sign Ivory and not play him.
But you can't not play Yeldon because he
Exactly.
Bortles
He had a good-
reminds me of a young Brett Favre. Just putting it out there. We'll see if
Thank
Dave
you.
agrees with that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I love Bortles. I thought Bortles had a good rookie season. He didn't have great numbers, but he looked very good, and he looked brilliant last year. And again, for the same reasons as the Raiders. good team. So
They struggled a bit with Julius Thomas at tight end, I think, but he was injured quite a lot last year. But
he was, and he took a while. But when he was fit, he did all right. So, go on then. As a Colts fan, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to win your division?
No.
So playoffs at all? Wild card?
I think wild card. I think it's going to be
wild card.
between them and possibly us for a wild card. I'm concerned the Texans could also be quite good because they've strengthened where they were weak at quarterback. They've got Lamar Miller. They've still got JJ Watt. I'm going to refer to something because I was thinking about it while you guys were talking. That on one of the other podcasts, that the slightly bigger one in America, they were talking about who would you rather have, and it was actually JJ Watt and Brock Osweiler for Andrew Luck. And that's one of the things that I was thinking, actually, I'd probably take that. Because I think that we are lacking so much in defence, and this contract for Luck is going to be so huge that we can't add to that, really, at the minute. And next year could be another
draft.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to have to, aren't we? But we're not picking till 18th, I think, so we've got to...
It's all right.
It's fine. It's fine.
You said it's all right. My worries are gone.
It's a deep defensive draft this year.
Here you go, the Colts.
That means the Colts will pick a kicker in the first round.
Or a tight end to replace Kobe Fleener.
A position of need. Gary, winner or loser?
I'll do winner then.
Go on, then.
I think I've worked out what Bob's second choice was, but I'm not. I'll leave it.
Oh.
I'll leave it for you.
Oh,
Bob.
wow.
Fine, I'll do it then.
I'm gonna say that the Redskins are a winner
That's a bit of a sexy pick, that one.
because
sexy pick.
because they got kept Cousins and they got rid of RG3. What?
That's
I
it.
mean,
That's
you
the
know,
sole reason.
What else? Do you need? No, that's the big thing for me. Why they're a winner is because they kept hold of Cousins, and that
wow.
was.
I never thought I'd ever hear anyone say
No, I
that.
didn't think I would. But the
I
way
agree
he
with you.
was at the end of last season, and it just everything seems right for him. And I think, in my opinion, for me as a Giants fan, they're the threat in our division.
I agree with you. I think they look. I think they look very good for quite long stretches. Of
Not
last
forgetting
season.
as well that they have brought in a new tight end. Even though they've already got one I love in Jordan Reed, they've now got a second option of Big VD.
Big VD, Vernon
who,
Davis.
don't get me wrong, in the last few years has been a bit quiet. But a couple of years ago, the 49ers, he had a
He's basically
Gary's man crush.
Yeah.
He's an insurance policy, isn't he?
But
really?
yeah,
it just in case Jordan Reed
and
gets
they have.
injured.
To be fair, they've brought. I'm looking at their sort of a tracker thing now actually, and they've brought in quite a lot of people. Defense, especially like. They're not big names as such, but they're just solid sort of. I don't think they've spent a lot of money. Really,
I think they've got questions. They've still got some questions, but I think they've got a better GM now.
Yeah.
Who did in fact build he was the 49ers GM when they had quite a few successful drafts in a row. So maybe their drafting is going to be a lot better than previous years. Especially no crazy trades.
Oh, and the other thing, they got rid of Alfred Morris, which I don't think is a bad thing either because he hadn't done a lot for them. They've got other options, and he was probably costing them a lot more money than anybody else's. So
well, they had a controversy at
Jones did really well,
quarterback,
didn't they?
got rid of RG3, controversy at running back. They'll get
Exactly.
Matt Jones in now as main man.
They seem really good. They seem good for the next year. So you think they're going to possibly muscle out your friends?
No,
the
they'll
Giants?
finish second.
Okay, fair enough.
But they'll be
Maybe a wild card.
Maybe a wild card. Then maybe a wild card. Okay, I'm gonna do it then. I'm
go
gonna do
on.
it. And I would personally argue that the Bears have had one of the best free agencies. And for me, yes, I'm in love with them. So I do think that they've had an outstanding free agency. Things that we needed, defence. So we go and get Danny Trevathan. We go and get Freeman.
That was good. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we go and get Freeman from the Colts.
And that was good.
And Akeem Hicks from the Patriots. Who, yes, I mean, you're shaking your head there, but
I'm not so excited there.
No, but the thing is, the way that we play a 3-4, he's a big lad. So stick him next to Eddie Goldman. We're gonna have a decent line there. We've bolstered our O-line, which we needed to do. We got Bobby Massey and we got Ramirez. We let go of Forte, which I think was probably the smart decision for what we kind of needed at the time. We franchise tagged Jeffrey.
Yeah,
who,
I was to say that was a good one.
Which I think was the only decision that we could
Have
make.
they got a long-term contract agreed yet? Or
No, not yet. No, still just on the franchise tag. He probably will do, but I don't think they have as of yet. But I love the moves they've made, particularly Trevathan and Freeman. I think that is just going to make our linebacker core insane. Hopefully. Might not work
I think
out.
there's still a few positions you need to work on.
Secondary. It's
Quarterback.
still pretty. It's the quarterback. Yeah. The thing is, I think Jay Cutler is fine at the minute.
Yeah,
he's
he
fine
did
for us to
come on
build
better
on.
last year. I'll give you
He's
that.
fine for us to build on. At the moment, he's not our answer at quarterback, but he's fine for us to build on. We do need to improve our secondary because our secondary is not great. We re-signed Tracy Porter. I could have taken a leave, Tracy Porter. I think the reason we did that is because he's an older guy and he does have a lot of experience. He did. I think he's either won a Super Bowl ring or he was in the Super Bowl. Can't
Yeah, I
remember
think
which.
he won with the Saints.
Yeah, I think he won with the Saints. So, he's not amazing, but we've got a lot of young players in the secondary who need teaching. So, Bears, I'm not saying I don't think this season coming we're not going to win our division. We're not going to get into the playoffs because our division is strong as hell as well. Because to be honest, I think that the Packers are always good, and the Vikings and the Lions I think have had not bad free agencies themselves, and the Vikings are strong. So, but we're not going to. But I think we'll get. I think we might end up 8-8, maybe 7-9, which is a vast improvement on what we have had.
Yeah,
and I think we're going to
it's doable.
show people what we're made of.
Look
There
out.
we go. Look
You
out for the
heard it
Bears.
here first.
The Bears.
The Raw going to come back to the Bears.
The roar is the Bears don't really roar. Well, they kind of do. but
Growl?
it's kind of so like a
Purr? They've been purring recently.
purr. Yeah, all right. We're gonna start smashing some heads.
Okay.
Okay, next, we're going to speed it up a little bit, just because we've got a game to play. So, tell you what, if we'll just do another quick whip round. Matthew,
Yes.
give us a winner or loser.
Real quick, Chiefs.
Chiefs,
I'll stick
as
AFC
a-
West again.
as a winner.
As a winner.
Yeah.
A winner this is.
Agreed.
Purely because...
Mostly re-signing.
Re-signing,
really, isn't it?
yeah, that's it.
But clever
Not
ones.
sort of... They've done what the Broncos couldn't do, and they've kept all their better players.
Johnson.
Johnson, Harley, although they had to
West.
keep Harley because Houston seems to have some sort of lingering injury because of his surgery, so
Yeah.
there's doubts about him. Howard, they re-signed as well. West, they did sign Schwartz, the O-line, so yeah, I think all those things point in the right direction.
So, prediction, you think they probably
Prediction, I think they
strong
are
in
the
Europe.
AFC West favourites.
Okay, good stuff. Nicholas, next one, winner or loser?
I'll go for another winner.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots have actually done well this year.
Yeah, I agree.
I did have
Um,
that down, actually.
Yeah.
I think they've offloaded some of the
Annoyingly
players
so.
that were more fringe players. Brandon LaFell, Akeem Nicks has obviously gone to the Bears, but they brought in quite a few decent players as well. I'm just trying to think of the guys.
Well, I think there's one, I think, guy who could have a breakout year, wide receiver, Chris Hogan. They signed from the Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
There you go, fantasy tip for people in
Hey,
the late
fantasy
rounds there.
Well, they got Nate
watch out
Washington
for
as
that's
well.
what I was about to say on the
didn't they?
same line. Nate Washington's come
Yeah.
across from Texas
He didn't
They've
do
got
too
a
bad
lot
as
of
a
depth
wide
with
receiver.
with Hoyer as well.
Yeah.
They
With
do.
Tom Brady
They
as
were
well. I
good
think that
options.
could kind of open up a few more
As well
options.
as the two tight end options.
Well,
Yeah.
Martellus Bennett
Yeah.
is another kind of copy with Gronk, not
It's
as
great. And then
as
you
devastating.
you just think, will that
They never get
Amendola
worse.
get anywhere near that team now?
He
I
must
think
be
he's
cut.
gonna
But
be
even
going.
if
Yeah, but
if they
Gutsie.
do keep him, then Brad, I mean, look at that. They've got
Look at that.
Edelman, Amendola, Washington,
Stop drooling, Gary.
Hogan,
Yeah.
as well as the two tight end options.
I'm not going to ask you to predict because we're all going to know they're going to go 12-4 and they're going to win their division and get
Yep.
to the playoffs and
They've
probably
done it
get
for
to
like the
the
last
Super Bowl
10
again.
years.
So we won't do a prediction there. But yeah, I agree with you. Good off season, Gary.
I'll do a loser then.
Yes, we like losers.
We like losers. It's more fun.
Go on then.
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
I just don't understand a lot of what they've done. They've basically lost a lot of things and not replaced them.
Some of the things
Mm.
they've lost,
Don't
I
get
don't
me
think are
wrong.
too bad.
Yeah, but
Like they got rid of Grimes because he's got a crazy wife.
yeah,
Is that a bad thing? I don't know.
yeah, and they got rid of Vernon because he was going to cost too much money.
Yeah.
But they got rid of Miller.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they
It's a
did
bit
draft
strange.
Ajayi last year.
they did, but he's not.
But
Well,
he's not proven or anything, is he?
unless he's
He's
shown.
And,
Long
don't get me
shot
wrong, and
few,
they
didn't he?
did get Mario Williams, which I think is a reasonable signing.
I guess that's the Vernon replacement.
But
yeah,
I think that's the problem, though, isn't it? It's a reasonable signing. It's
Yeah.
not a great signing, considering
I
they.
think
they
Vernon's
had
a
to
better
let
player.
Vernon go.
Williams has just cost them a lot.
Vernon's
less
a
money.
lot younger.
Yeah, he is.
Williams is just cheaper. And not forgetting that they also got rid of Matthews, who I thought was
Yeah.
a decent enough sort of backup receiver, Rashad Matthews.
I agree. So not
It
looking.
just seems like they've lost a bit of depth.
not looking good for them next year, you say?
Just pretty average anyway, aren't they? The Dolphins.
That's a fair point.
Unless they might surprise us with who they draft. Suddenly, they might find the gems. But
so I'm going to end on a double, but they're going to be quick. So, losers is going to be the Eagles fans, because they still don't know who's going to be their quarterback. They've got both Bradford and Chase Daniels, who are on the same contract, and it keeps flopping in the air about who's actually going to be playing for them.
And they may draft one.
As well. And also a winner, Packers fans, because they actually get something to talk about during free agency. Oh yes, well done, Packers fans.
Oh dear,
good stuff. So now we've got a little bit of time for a game that Nick has been sorting out for us.
I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. We love a game. Tell us what's the premise of the game.
Okay, well this game I've kind of listed down for 3 of each position, or key positions in this, and what I want you guys to do is kind of say whether this is my prediction. You think they'll get higher or lower?
Okay.
Than their prediction.
Higher or lower?
What's this for?
So basically, I'll read out a quarterback. I'll give him a stat, and you have to say whether it's higher or lower.
Is Bruce Forsyth
for the upcoming season? Is that?
I'm hoping so. I've got like a nice little fraud on my arm.
Oh, it's play your cards right, but
with players. Yes.
Play your stats
Please don't sue us. Please don't sue us.
Play your stats right. Yes, that's the name of the game. Please don't sue us.
Get your stats right. Right, we have a name.
Play your stats right. Yes, come on.
So I'll go for running back first. Quarterback first. Mainly because I think this guy had a bit of a standout year. But do you think that Andy Dalton is going to get more passing touchdowns than he got last year? He got 25 passing touchdowns last year. Do you think higher or lower?
I actually think higher, because he was injured for part towards the end.
He did only play 13 games, so he missed 3.
That's a good point.
So you think he did that well, and if he stays fit, I'm going to go higher.
They are down a wide receiver or 2, aren't they?
I'm going to go lower for that.
AJ Green.
I'm going to say
I'm going to go lower for
higher.
I'm going low, but
they've got Eifert, they've got Green, they've got Bernard, out of the backfield. Yeah, why not?
Too high, one for lower.
I'm going to go lower because there is usually a reason that they get into the playoffs and don't do very well, and the rest of their team is looking pretty good. They have lost a couple of their receivers as well. I'm going to go lower just for funsies. I'm going to say he's going to get 24.
Just to be different.
Oh,
he's going to get 24. 24 and 2 rushing. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't include rushing yards.
Jesus Christ, he's slow.
He can get a little sneaky one, like
Payton did.
Get a little sneaky one.
Oh. This one may be slightly more controversial, purely on the fact that we don't know what's going to happen with him. But Tom Brady, he played 16 games last year. Is he going to play that many again? Because he's still got the upcoming ban, possibly.
Lower.
Okay, so I'm predicting that Tom Brady's going to play 10 games next year.
Oh, 10. Okay.
Do we think higher or lower?
Oh,
I'm going to go higher because of the playoffs.
Oh,
you?
This doesn't include playoffs. This is 16 regular games.
Oh, okay, 16 regular games. Oh, I'm still going to go higher. He's Tom Brady. He can do what he likes.
Higher. It's only going to be a 4-game suspension, wasn't it? If he does get it.
Yeah. I've heard reports it could be a whole year from some sources, but.
Where are these sources?
Yeah. Who are these sources?
It's the guy that works down the bookies. Put that bet on. Yes.
Yeah, it's
still
higher because I think it's gone on for so long now. They
can't give him
a
big
severe
ban.
punishment now.
Okay, fair enough.
If we just do 2 from each, just because we're running a little low on time.
Man, I was going to go Andrew Luck. Okay,
no,
I won't do Andrew Luck. I'll just say random stat that not last year, just gone because he was injured for most of it. But he threw 40 passing touchdowns in 2014. Which I looked at. That's the highest. 2014. Last year he played like 7 games.
I was going to say that.
I think he threw like 4.
Wow.
No, actually, he scored through 15 last year.
Oh.
No, but 40. I think that was the highest for 2014 in passing touchdowns for Luck.
Oh, go on, do it. You've said the stat now. What's your higher?
All right, I think Andrew Luck is going to get 35 passing touchdowns, if he stays fit.
Ooh.
Next year.
I'm going to go lower because I hate to say it to you, but the rest of your team sucks.
No, I think he could do that because they're going to be behind a lot, so they'll be passing a lot. There'll be a lot of touchdowns.
That's a fair point, but 35's a lot.
Yeah, Drew Brees normally gets there most seasons. Brady ran there.
Yeah, and Luck does like to run. I know he doesn't run as much, but he moves a bit.
I reckon higher.
All right.
I'm going with Bob. I'll go lower.
Yeah,
Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick.
No, that's fine. Okay.
He's got to steady himself back, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
The
Well,
team's got to be rebuilt a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, Doug Martin. I think next year he's going to rush for 1,300 yards. Higher or lower?
Lower.
I'll tell you how many he did this year.
Lower.
Yeah,
lower because he
he's
never
due a
has
bad year.
2 good years
Exactly.
in a row.
That's the only reason why
I'm gonna be controversial. I'm gonna say higher. I think.
Lummy.
Well, it's because they don't really. Well, they use Charles Sims on passing plays. They don't really use anyone else. Tampa have looked. They looked pretty good last season. They seem to not be changing anything too much this season. So yeah, why not higher?
He actually rushed 1,402 yards this past year.
Yeah.
So
Led the league.
why
Led
not?
the league.
And he didn't play amazingly all season. He picked up kind of early season, but not right at the beginning.
Okay. Next one's quite interesting though, because he was pretty poor last year. We know how good he is. DeMarco Murray. I think he'll rush 1,000 yards next year for the Titans. Higher or lower?
How many did you do last year?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, right.
I'm going to
Really
say
low.
higher if they draft Tunsil in the first overall pick, because then they'll have a good O-line.
That's a good point. I'm going to say lower, just because he's never going to have that situation like he did at the Cowboys again. And here's his volume play. He doesn't rush far. But he rushes a
It
lot.
could be that they're going to be behind a lot in games, so they're going to be passing.
Exactly.
So his rushing
Yeah.
attempts could be limited.
Yeah. So I'm going to go lower.
Yeah, I think that's. I was on the fence a little, but I think lower, because I agree. I think they will be behind more. So
Well,
they're going to be. Passing game is going to be more of a key for them, I think.
I'll take a guess of how many yards he did run this year.
600.
850.
702.
Ah. In the middle.
Yeah.
You were a bit close.
I didn't get a guess.
Yeah.
700.
And 2.
Okay, so rookie in his last year, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
He ran for 720 yards. Do we think we'll get higher or
Ran
lower?
As in
Caught
receiving.
passes,
Receiving yards, sorry, yes.
Will you get higher or lower?
Yeah, 702 last year. 720, sorry, last year.
This is a difficult one.
Well, they've got rid of Wallace,
I'm going to say higher.
haven't they?
He's
Yeah,
going to get
they
more
have.
targets.
Yeah, so I think he's going to go higher.
My only reservation is Teddy.
He's steady.
He doesn't throw that far.
And they've still got Peterson, to be fair.
And they've still got Peterson. I'm going to go...
But 720 is
Can I
not that
It's
far.
not that,
No,
as I
it's
say,
not
it's
that
not
much.
a big amount anyway.
Yeah, higher, because they'll utilise him a bit more. And yeah, particularly 'cause,
I think he's
I don't
gonna
think much
probably
higher.
be their
He'll
first
have full
choice
season as
receiver,
well.
isn't he?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe 800-900. I don't think he's going to break the 1,000. But maybe 800-900.
Okay.
We all said higher,
Yeah.
It's
We
all
agree.
friendly.
It's all friendly.
Alright, this is a slightly different twist. Khalil Mack, do you think he'll
Ooh.
get more or
Yes.
less sacks than JJ Watt?
More.
JJ Watt come out this week and said, or last week and said, "Yeah, I was injured
Basically
all year."
Yeah, he got
With like
17 and a
5
half
injuries.
sacks last year.
I'm going to go more because I love what the Raiders have done with their defense. They've got a lot of other potential threats for the O-line as well now, which is just going to open up gaps for Mack. And Mack has proved that it doesn't matter who's on him. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a beautiful competition to watch. But I'm going to go.
I think
Mack
that
for
is
more.
something that this show should just monitor on a weekly
we
basis.
Oh
should.
yeah, let's
Well,
mark
Mack
that
Mac
down.
versus what?
Mack and what watch? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we could. Yes, we're going to do that.
Yeah,
We're going to
Let's
have
do it.
numbers. and we're
write
gonna-
that down.
Well,
Someone remember
Well, what
it.
we can do,
Done.
is, we can maybe we'll all pick. We'll put it out. We'll put it out as an email to the whole team. We'll all pick who we think, and then by the end of the season,
Yeah,
the
because there are
losers
some
will
others
buy the
that
winners. I don't know,
might
something.
be not far behind.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
I think JJ's still just favourite.
Oh, he's on the what bandwagon?
Well, no, it's just that Mac did amazingly well this year, but you have to remember he did get 5 in one game. Sort of
Yeah.
boosts it up a little
he
bit.
he did, but
But then, like you say, with a better players around him for the whole
So
season,
you are even better.
then he's going to get more. But then it makes me think if there's better players around him, they're going to share them.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Whereas Watt has got Clowney.
Well,
Your favourite.
Yeah.
he's got Whitney Merciless played a lot.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he
kind of
did,
behind, not behind him, but sort of right outside linebacker. And when Whitney Merciless was playing, Watt got a lot more sacks because people had to count for Whitney Merciless as well. So there's kind of both sides of the coin. I think if you've got better players, they can steal your sacks. But if you've got better players around you, then not everybody's just going to attack you.
It's going to be close.
Or go on you. I think it'd be close. Good one, Nick. We like that.
I've got just one more because someone was to look at the time.
Oh yeah, that's
Luke
fine.
Kuechly.
We love him.
I reckon he'll get 50 tackles
Okay.
total next year.
What was his
higher than
stats
I'm not going to
last
tell you
year?
this.
Higher, massively higher.
Yeah.
He could get nearly 3 times that. That's a little bit too far. Definitely twice.
Just normal tackles, yeah.
150 tackles.
I kind of brought this down a little bit because his total tackles was ridiculous for last year. He got 76 tackles in a season.
That's not that many.
42 assisted tackles.
Not when he was missed several games.
He only missed 3.
He's the best inside linebacker in
Apart from
he's
the
such a
12.
beast.
Yeah.
He is amazing. We'll have a Kuechly watch as well. We'll see how
What
many
about
Kuechly watch.
Kuechly v. Von Miller? As well?
Yeah, that could
Well,
be. Well, they weren't even
But
close.
Von only came
They-
on strong.
they
And
were-
they're different. They're
Yeah,
different
they're
kind of
different,
players.
that's
Could I
Von
just
Miller's
say
about
my fantasy
sacks.
team last year, I did have...
You don't
No,
have
we
to
don't
remind
need to
us.
bring up fantasy
Mac.
football, Matt.
I had Miller for a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah.
And Luke as well.
Yeah, and Paul Puzzler's-knee.
Yeah.
And,
And
who was your other
Ziggy
linebacker?
Ansah.
Oh yeah, and Ziggy Ansah.
Yeah.
Wow, he's going to have a good season this year, Ziggy Ansah. He's a great player. But anyway, that seems to be it. Good game, Nick. We like it. So we'll keep updated on what Mac watch.
Very
somebody remind me of that, and we'll get that sorted for the season. So that's it for another week. As always, you can contact us on Twitter. We are at SnapCountPod. We're on Facebook as well if you just search for the SnapCount. Give us some questions. Send us some questions in. You can send. Now we have our new game of play your stats right. So send us that with hashtag play your stats right and Grind Gary, of course, and also any what was the other game? I've completely gone out of my head. I'm not having a good day today.
Would you rather, isn't it?
Would you rather? That's the one. Christ. Right, so that's it. So thank you from me, Bob Smith. Thank you from the boys around the tables. That's Matthew, Nick,
Thank you.
and Gary.
Thank you.
And we will see you all soon.